Hello fellow brawlers, I'm KairosTime, and it is time for the Brawl Stars 15-win championship challenge! And it's also time for Kairos' list of best recommended brawlers and star powers so that you can know which brawlers to play in star powers to you even if you don't have maxed out brawlers for this challenge! Yeah. That's what we're doing today. We're gonna be going over the best brawlers and the best star powers to use for every single brawler, specifically catered to the individual maps that are happening in this 15-win challenge. I wanted to give a huge thank you to brawlstats.com for sending me the win rates and the loss rates for all the different brawlers. This is actually from the last 15-win challenge, so they're gonna have an updated version of this on their website, so you guys can definitely check that out if you're wanting some further insight into like the best brawlers to use. Of course, I already went through all the data for today's video. We're looking at the win rates and the pick rates for every single brawler, over 700 brawlers, so this is a very competitive list. The first 3 matches are going to happen in Gem Grab Double Swoosh. Now I've got space for 9 brawlers on here, but I'm going to go tell you right now that these are probably not the best brawlers to go for. If you are going to be playing Ms, make sure you play that Bad Karma star powers for that additional damage. Bo, absolutely circling Eagle so you can see into the bush here. That is a very important star power if you're going to be playing Bo on this map. Now you're going to notice that these pick rates right here just barely popped up. The win rates right here that you're seeing are color coded according to how high the pick rate is for the specific brawler. You want brawlers with a very high pick rate because that means that the pros are going to be playing them the most, and pros tend to play the best brawlers the most, right? But win rate's also very important. So this is actually sort of primarily by pick rate, secondarily by win rate. Next, we got Penny with Balls of Fire. Absolutely a gem carrier in the center. You plop that super right here or right here, and you're just in a really good situation to carry those gems. Next, we got Spike with Fertilize. A lot of the times I like playing Spike over here because he's just so good. You know, he can actually push up in here. Next, we got Mr. P. You just plop that turret in the back, and he's really good. He can be played as a gem carrier. He can be played as a defending brawler. You can come right over to the left and have a complete access into this bush right here. Just keeps people pushed back. It's so super good. Next, we got Rosa, who's a really solid brawler to pick. Okay, she's the first one I'm like, yes, absolutely play Rosa. Here over on the right side, you're going to use these bushes. You're going to use her plant life star power to keep herself alive so very well. And you're just going to try and push as many of the brawlers into here so that they can't get access to this bush. Next, we got Sandy, a very solid brawler who I'd like to play over here on the left side of things, or even in the center if you really need to. You want the Rude Sand star power so that you can just prevent the enemy team from coming in here. Tara is so good. You just take Tara, you plop her right here, you charge up that super, and you just wait for their gem carrier to try and go in for a gem when they shouldn't be, and you just, I mean, you take them out, you run away with the gems. It's just super easy win. Absolutely go with the Healing Shade star power, guys. And of course, the cream of the crop, Jean with either star power in the center. You pick up that super, you wait for the right moment, and it's an easy win playing with Jean on this map. Now, I did actually go with either star power for this one. I've actually been hearing a lot of word from some of the pros that Magic Puffs is actually providing a lot of value and a lot of the time. And on this map, I can absolutely see why that would be the case. The additional damage from his Spirit Slap is really solid, so really you should just go with whichever star power you feel most confident with when playing Jean. If I were to pick a specific team comp for this map, I would go with Jean in the center. I'd play Tara over on the left and then Rosa over on the right, and you can just absolutely dominate with that team comp. After you get those first 3 wins, you're gonna head into Triple Dribble for Brawl Ball. Starting off here, we've got Rosa with either star power. Next, we got Tara with that Healing Shade star power. Once again, you guys know how to play Tara. You focus on charging up that super. You can use it for defense, or you can use it on an enemy brawler that has a lot of HP so that you can recharge your super, or you can use it to try and go for an offensive goal, obviously, so that works as well. We also have Nita, either star power. Okay, typically I would actually say that Bear With Me is the better star power. However, Nita's actually really good with her Hyper Bear star power on defense. If you got an enemy brawler that's right here with the ball, you drop that bear and it's just gonna shred through the enemy player and make it a lot easier for you to defend. Bear With Me is a little bit better on offense, but Hyper Bear is just so good on defense that you can go with whichever one you feel like you need to play. Next, we got Spike with Fertilize. He just deals a lot of damage. He's a really good anti-tank brawler. So if you're playing a Spike, wait until you see what the matchups are and just like make sure you're focusing on the enemy tank and he'll be solid. Next, we got Sandy with Rude Sands. He's just so good, okay? He's not the greatest on defense, so if you're gonna be playing Sandy, make sure that you have a couple of teammates that are really good defenders, or even just like one dedicated defender. But he's so good at dropping down his super right here. That just makes it so difficult for the enemy team to really defend in a solid way. Okay, next we got Max with either star power. There are some times in Brawl Ball where that supercharged star power is gonna be really good at charging that super automatically so that you and your team can get some more goals. However, However, run and gun does provide an insane amount of value. You can deal so much damage, and the way I like to play Brawl Ball is play it safe. You focus on getting the kills, and then you try and get the goals. So to me, run and gun's a little bit better and provides some more value. Next, we got El Primo. Okay, so the thing with El Primo is he doesn't have the highest win rate, but he does have a very high pick rate. I don't know that I would consider him as one of like my go-to brawlers for this map specifically, but he can be a solid option. Once again, with that Meteor Rush star power that gives you that additional speed, makes it easier for you to get those goals. Next, we got Rico with the Robo Retreat star power. That additional movement is better most of the time. The pros, I would absolutely suggest the super bouncy, but if you're struggling a little bit with Rico, then Robo Retreat is definitely a safe bet. And of course, we got Frank, surprise, surprise, with Sponge as the highest recommended brawler for this map based off of the stats. Sponge, with his recent health buff, is just so good. Now, the deal with Frank is that you do not want to get rid of your walls. In fact, if you can leave these walls right here, break this wall and one of these walls with one super, that's actually a really good situation because it's going to let your team just have a much easier way to get into the ball. If you or your team are confident with all of the brawlers, I would go with Frank, Rico, and probably Max. Though I think a really important thing to playing competitively is that you guys are playing brawlers that you guys feel comfortable with. Up next, we've got for bounty, Snake Prairie. This is an exciting one, and I'm excited to share some thoughts on this map specifically because some of these stats are actually going to surprise you a little bit, okay? First of all, we got Bull, okay? I did include Bull on this list, not because you should play him, but because I wanted to show you how low his pick rate and how low his win rate is. You might want to consider not playing Bull, even though I know a lot of people tried to play with him. And there's a reason why you don't want to play Bull, and that's because of Bo with Circling Eagle. We know we're going to be seeing him. Next, we got Crow, 46.6% win rate with a normal pick rate, not the highest. Either star power is really decent with him. I will tell you that Extra Toxic is going to be my go-to the majority of the time. However, in Bounty, being able to get rid of that last little bit of damage can be helpful for getting those kills, okay? Mr. P is really good on this map, actually. It does take a little bit for you to charge up your super, but once you do that, you put that tower in the back, and that little turret is just going to show you exactly where everybody is. Absolutely make sure you're doing handle with care. Don't go tin can. Okay, next we got Brock with Incendiary. Absolutely Incendiary because it's going to help just kind of limit where the enemy team can actually walk, or they're going to take damage, or they're going to reveal where they're at. So absolutely that with Brock. Okay, we're into the high pick rate brawlers here now. We also have Ems with that bad karma, really good as an anti-tank brawler. Next we got Jean, either star power. Now this is a map where it is pretty beneficial for you to clump up with your team, where you guys just focus on staying close to each other so you can burst down somebody as soon as they appear. Magic Puffs is going to provide a ton of value for your team. Okay, now I wanted to include Shelly here. Okay, she had a very, very high pick rate, but only a 40.9% win rate above 700 trophies. If you are going to be playing her, I would recommend using Shell Shocked. However, because of the number of bows that we're going to be seeing here, you're probably better off playing somebody other than Shelly. Next, we've got Piper, okay, with that ambush star power. 55.8% win rate with a very, very high pick rate. That is very excellent, and that ambush star power just adds so much damage because guess what? You're always surrounded by bush. And this should come as no surprise. We've got Bo with that Circling Eagle star power, only a 52.5% win rate. However, that is because he is being played the vast majority of the matches. He had an insanely high pick rate. Now the strategy for Snake Prairie is, once again, you get your bow and you guys stick around close to each other, okay? You make sure you're using the walls to dodge enemy shots so that they can't surprise you. And once you do see the enemy team, you blast them, okay? And then of course, when you're playing bow, you want to make sure you're using those mines. You're positioning them in places that are, you know, choke points so that people can't pass without signaling where they're at. If I were to pick a pro team comp, I would go with absolutely Bo with Circling Eagle. Do not play this map without Bo with Circling Eagle, okay? Secondary, I would go with Piper, and then I go with Jean with Spirit Slap star power. Next, we got Sandy Gems for Heist. This is where you're about getting into that professional level where you're in that like top 1 percentile, which is not easy to get to, unless you guys are watching my videos, right? Like, yeah. Now, first up, we got Colt. Not the best brawler for this option. We do have 9 brawlers, so I figured I'd at least include him in here. If you're going to be playing Colt, you definitely want to go with Magnum Special for that additional range. But another better option is going going to be Brock. Once again with that incendiary, the incendiary is going to deal an insane amount of additional damage onto the enemy safe, and it's going to help you be able to check these bushes, which is very important when you're trying to focus on that defense. Next we got El Primo. I don't know how good El Primo is, but he does have a very high pick rate and a 52.1% win rate. Once again, I go with that El Fuego star power so that you have that additional damage when you do actually land on somebody. Next is Daryl with that rolling reload star power. Okay, next we have Rico with either star power depending on your skill level with Rico and whether or not you actually want to bounce your shots. I really do like using that Robo Retreat star power the majority of the time. However, if you're good with those shots, and Rico is absolutely good on playing defense either the left lane or on the right lane, then that's definitely something you're going to want to consider doing if you know how to bounce your shots right with him. We also have BB with either star power. This is going to come down to personal preference. BB is really solid. 57.2% win rate with a very high pick rate is not something to shake a stick at. I don't know what that means, but it's not something you want to shake a stick at. Next, we have that run and gun star power with Max. The thing with Max is that she's able to get in there and run and just deal so much damage. It's almost like she just never runs out of ammo when she uses that star power. Now we've got Hyper Bear Nita. Now you'll notice the big drop in that win rate, okay? You go from Max, who has a very high pick rate, down to Nita, who has a 51.5% win rate, but a very, very high pick rate. Obviously, it's because she dishes out so much damage against that safe when you do have that star power. And of course, no surprise here, Bull as the #1 brawler here with a very, 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 very high pick rate with the golden frame. You want to make sure you have a Bull with either star power. It's going to depend on personal preference. I prefer his shielding star power because it's more important to stay alive in heist, but you know, there are some times when that additional damage is really, really solid. If I were to go with a specific team comp on here, I would go with Bull and I would go with Max and probably a Rico. Honestly, I think that team comp is going to be really solid. It's going to cover all of your bases. And of course, once you get to 13 wins, you start playing in Siege for that last little bit to try and just solidify that victory. And I know you guys are going to be doing that because you guys are watching this video right here, okay? So starting off, we got Max, 59.5% win rate with a normal pick rate. Not the best, but with that runner gun star power, it absolutely can work out. We also have Colt, higher pick rate, but less of a win rate. The nice thing, I would actually recommend like Magnum Special, though having the additional movement speed can be really, really beneficial on this map. We also have Brock, 55.7% win rate, that incendiary star power. Once again, it deals so much additional damage against the siege turret, and it's also going to be able to, like, you know, help check bushes, keep people pushed back and stuff, so that's really solid. Sandy, 58.1% win rate. There is nothing like using that rude sand star power, dropping it right in the center, and just preventing the team from picking up bolts for an entire 7 seconds. It's absolutely insane. Provides so much value. Next, we got Jean, a high pick rate, a 61.5% win rate. That is really solid. It does take some skill to know exactly how to use Jean, when to pull the bot, how to do it. But obviously, if you know how to do it, then Jean's gonna be a really solid option for you guys. Okay, next we got Frank with that sponge star power. So much HP with that star power. It's just so good. The thing with Frank, you wait until you have that supercharge up and you use that super to stop the bot on defense when, you know, the bot crosses this line so that I can just wail on it, or on offense when you can break down these walls and stun the Ike turret. It's insanely good. I love playing Frank in Siege. Next, we got Pam, a 69.3% win rate. Pam actually has the highest win rate on this map. However, she only has a high pick rate, so that's something to consider if you do want to play her. She's got the range, she's got the damage, she's got the healing. She's just really great all around, okay? Now, we've got the very high pick rate brawlers with Piper using snappy sniping. The deal with Piper is you gotta be able to hit your shots. If you can hit your shots, you can keep this entire section right here cleaned out, and that's just really a solid opportunity right there. And of course, the best brawler for this map with a very, very high pick rate, we got Penny with Balls of Fire. Now, the one warning that I'm going to tell you is I know a lot of people will try to take their Penny and bring here and drop a turret right here so they can attack the Ike turret. That can work if you are playing against people who do not know to watch out for it, okay? You're going to be at wins 13 through 15. People are going to be looking for it. They're going to know that it's going to happen. Unless you are incredibly sneaky, do not waste your time trying to do that. And the reason why is because while you're up here doing this, the enemy team is 3v2ing your team, and your team is not going to be able to pick up bolts, and so you are going to have to play defense after that. Now, for this map, if I were to go with with a specific team comp, there's a lot of things you could do. The most important thing is that you have a penny. After that, I think you're really solid going with any of these 5 other brawlers right here, depending on what your personal play style is. My plan is to do Penny and Frank, and then whatever my other team wants to do between, you know, these other 4 right here. And that is March's 15 win champion challenge for you guys to not only earn tokens, but also try and qualify for the championship. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys subscribe for future Brawl Stars content like this. And for now, this is KairosTime ticking by, and we will see you in Brawl Stars. Ba-da-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-da.